Hello.
Hello, hello. How was your day?
Great.
Good. It's been a
Yeah,
whirlwind, but it's a good day.
it's a good day. Yes. Hello.
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 Steven, remind me what part of the world you're from.
I am in Wakefield, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. All right, very good. Washington State.
Yeah, right next door.
Right.
Through a portal, maybe.
Right.
I
About
wish.
about the same elevation, but
Maybe.
or
What's your elevation?
um
The west
well,
is higher than we are on the east.
I'm I'm 914 feet is the height of the lake, and I'm somewhere between 10 to 15 feet above the lake. So
Oh,
somewhere in there.
so not much difference in where we are then, or where I am anyway.
Yeah. Nope, I'm not at the top of the Rockies or anything.
Mhm. I'm gonna get us started, I guess. I'll keep letting people in as they arrive. Gary, you want to kick us off? Who you are, where you're from, what you do?
Yeah, so Gary Darley, I'm in Washington State, and I work in financial planning and advising, calling myself a financial coach these days. And I work with entrepreneurs, business executives, and recently a lot of healthcare professionals on planning out their financial futures. So it's kind of fun to get people on the right path and set them free financially.
I love it. You've narrowed down your pitch and your niche. I love it. Uh, who would like to go next?
I'll go. Uh,
Yeah,
Stephen Randall. I am from New Hampshire. I am a public works director for a town, and I have a construction company that I run in my spare time.
I love it. Who would like to go next?
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah. So hi all. Myself Vishal, from India. So I run Masterminds, which is a tech-based startup. We used to solve problems from businesses using tech. We understand the problem and we used to give the solutions uh, via a tech field. So we work on actually software as well as on hardware services. For like example, websites, applications, and when it comes to hardware, we will build a product from scratch, build an end product.
welcome back.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Who would like to go next? We're doing for the new arrivals, who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Okay, I'll go.
Mhm.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany, and I'm an online business manager and systems strategist. And I help service providers with removing operations, systems, and admin stress in their business. And I'm kind of like a partner in your business. I come in and help you make sure everything's running and everything's running smoothly.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Who would like to go?
Well, I might as well. Hey, Abigail, my name is Sunny. I'm in Denver, Colorado, and I do a lot of different things, but mostly technology, AI, and marketing. So just recently, I launched a campaign on LinkedIn calling marketing is actually dead because client engineering is a little bit more what most folks are looking for. So that's me in a nutshell.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Who would like to go next?
So I guess it's me left. I'm the only one left. So good
No, there's a few
evening.
more.
Okay. Good evening. I am Ricardo. I'm from Jamaica and I own two businesses. One is a social media marketing agency where we help businesses through creative strategies, just social media on a whole. And I also have a clothing brand.
Awesome. Welcome. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I'm still adding people, so keep it going. Whoever would like to go, who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Sure, I'll go. My name's Alex. Professionally, I'm in technology sales, but I'm building I guess for lack of a better word, like a meme marketing agency. I think a lot of social entertaining content cuts through a lot of noise. So working with a few small startups to push social growth through that.
I
Those,
love that.
yeah,
Welcome.
Did you say meme marketing?
you got it. You heard that
Awesome.
correctly.
All
Yes.
right, cool.
I like it.
Great hook.
Who would like to go next?
I'm Winnie Allen. I'm an IT and engineering consultant, specifically in the L&D space, learning and development. My background is I've been with Procter and Gamble for about a decade. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, so that's the global headquarters there. I also work for a consulting firm in IT engineering and L&D. And so just looking to network with folks outside of Cincinnati and kind of hear more professionally.
Awesome. Welcome, Winnie. Is this your first time?
Yes.
Awesome. Welcome. Who next?
I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
My name's Thomas Lavoy, um, based out of Oregon. I'm running I guess a startup marketing agency. I work with contractors in Oregon, um, just to help them elevate their brands, focusing on top tier companies and kind of helping them position themselves apart from lower and lower priced companies and helping them um, back up their high end prices. So
Welcome back.
thank you.
Yes,
Been a while.
it has. Lynn, would you like to go?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. So, hello everyone. My name is Lynn. I'm actually from Australia and I do telehealth counseling.
Awesome.
That's me.
Welcome. Who's next?
I can go. My name is Jenny Luke, and I'm a mindset coach for leaders in business, helping them overcome obstacles to get the results they want. My background is working 30 plus years in the tech space for software development, consulting, strategy companies, and product companies. And now I really want to focus on people because that's the part that I like best.
Awesome. Welcome. And welcome in our most recent people. Who would like to go next?
And speak up. Just give me a second here.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I was gonna call on you. So perfect timing.
Switch settings. Okay, there we go. I switched settings. Anyway, so I'm Sam Mitchell. I'm from Indiana, good old Hoosier State. And I would say what I do is I'm a podcaster with autism that just speaks on disabilities and I have a nonprofit with lots of services, some including event planning, hey kitty, and speaking engagement.
I'm sorry, it's always something.
Don't worry, I'm a fan of cats, not nothing new.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Glad to have you here. Who's next?
Hi, can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Okay, perfect. This is my first time here. Hi, Abigail. My name is Carolyn. I am an architect by profession. I also own a social media agency, and we work specifically with businesses and event professionals, and we offer on-site and remote video and graphic design related services.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Drop all of your links in the chat also so you can connect a little bit more deeply with everyone. We still have a few more people to go. My cat's just going to keep walking back and forth, so I apologize in advance.
I can go next if that's
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So hi Abigail. Good to see you guys and see a couple new faces. My name is Kenny, calling from Connecticut, and my company is Atlas Studios. So we specialize mainly in three things: branding, marketing, and development, which is a cool way to say people come to me with ideas, I help them flesh it out, make it real, and see how it fits into their current branding and messaging. So yeah, if you can imagine it, we'll do the rest.
Welcome back.
Kenny,
Good to be back.
I just landed a new client recently with the same name, Atlas.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah. As
awesome.
soon as I signed on, I was like, oh, made me think of you.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, funny.
Crazy. All right, who's next?
I can
I
go.
will. Yes. Thank you.
I'm Sadie from Washington State, and my brand is Swift Assist Creative. I'm an online business manager for mostly women-owned businesses, but I kind of work with anyone that kind of feels aligned. I do ads, email marketing, social media, content creation, funnels, and systems. So pretty much any of the back end stuff that people just don't have time for or don't want to learn.
I love that. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Who's next?
I can go. Can everyone hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Hey everyone. It's first time here. I was just scrolling through Eventbrite and I happened on this, so I thought it was interesting. Thought I'd take a look. I'm Michael Kai. I'm based in Vancouver, Canada, and I'm in data and analytics consulting. It's just been a part-time gig for now. I've had about 10 years of experience with it in the past. But I think now that things have kind of settled down a little bit in my, my full-time career, I think I'm thinking maybe I'll grow this out a little bit more. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Yeah.
I love that. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. Um, Kimberly, would you like to go?
Sure. So I'm Kim. I'm in Portland, Oregon. I'm in insurance, so I do auto, home, life, and then specialty. So I do like pets, jewelry, ATVs, motorcycles, things like that. And yeah, I'm just kind of looking to connect and grow and see who I can be available to and, hopefully make some new friends along the way.
I love that. Welcome. Let's see, who's next? There's a couple people off camera. Would either of you like to go?
So I can go next.
Mhm.
There we go. Hi, everyone. My name is Adinka Koiki. Everyone calls me Addie. And this is my first time here as well. I was just rolling through Eventbrite, like the other guy said. And I am a licensed financial professional calling and joining in out of Houston, Texas. And I help people basically educate people on building retirement income, supplemental income, and income protection. And yeah, I'm just here to network basically.
Awesome. Glad to have you. You are also in the waiting room. Would you like
Yes,
me to
I'm
add
trying
you there?
to, yes, please. I'm trying
Okay.
to get on my computer. Thank
You're welcome. I'm sorry about that. Mel, I think you might be one of the last to go. If you,
Hi.
hi.
Oh, okay. I can't seem to work out the camera, but I worked out the microphone though. But you might hear my kid yell in the background. So I'm not sure I belong here. I find you on Eventbrite, and I'm an unschooling mom. I'm like super like health conscious, and I've been helping people over the years getting like healthier, and I'm like pondering ways to to get on the market. instead of just working by words of mouth and not charging anybody for my services. And I've had like people like I've seen their life changes that lasted for like 10 plus years. And I'm like, okay, well, I might get out there a little bit, but I can see that all you guys are already like pretty set up. I thought it was more like of a mindstorming group, like
You're
so.
definitely in the right place.
Okay.
Yes. Where are you from?
I live in Nevada. I'm from France originally, but I'm in Nevada.
Awesome. Welcome. You're definitely in the right place. And I think everybody here is in different phases. Some are in early phase, some are more a little further along in their journey. So this is perfect.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome. Last but not least, it's a drum roll.
I see. What's up, everybody? My name is Nate Dubois. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm the founder of Legend Initiative. It's the place where brands transcend. We specialize in strategy, storytelling, and brand relations. So if you want to become a legend in your industry, we're the team that you work with.
Welcome. I am Abigail, your host. Full charge accountant and fractional CFO and founder of the Business Kickstart Accelerator for new and aspiring business owners to get a solid foundation on business financials. Um, I do things a little bit differently for the newcomers here. So like that concludes your pitch opportunities. I like to host a discussion so that we can get to know each other better on a more intimate level, if you will. Um, December, we've been talking about leadership. And before I go on to that, I did start a Discord chat for us to connect after the call, and I'll drop the link in the chat for everyone to join if you'd like. My cat really just wants to participate today. So we've been talking about in the Discord, and like I try to escalate the conversation a little bit as the weeks go on for each topic. So we've been talking about what's one word that you have for yourself, for your business going into the new year, and what are you going to do to maintain that word? If anybody would like to go first,
I can
or I
speak up if
will.
you want me to.
Yeah, go for it.
If I can keep my voice straight, sure. Anyway, I need tomorrow. I got a big interview, but tomorrow for a job. But anyway, I would say for the word is evolution because I'm trying to evolve and get more people listening, get more people following, get more sponsors, more collaborative work. I know next Monday we're having a strategic planning session. My partner and I are. And also, we hopefully get more people involved with my nonprofit more. A great example, I think we're taking a step in the right direction. I can't spoil much just because it's not confirmed yet. Is we're in the works of negotiating with an America's Got Talent finalist for our event coming up in April of next year.
That's awesome. And that's a great word. I like that. Anyone else have thoughts on their word and how they're going to maintain it?
Hey, I'll jump in. My word is motion. I know a lot of us get stuck in certain phases. We try to get out the door, and they always say that motion breeds motion. So I'm just going to stick with the motion and say, it's if you're out there and you're creating it. I mean, the I had a busy day today, and my thought was to say, you know what, I didn't pay anything for this ticket. Um, what would be the difference if I didn't show up? But then obviously I wouldn't get a chance to meet you guys. So motion definitely is my word, and I think it just relates to all of us because we sometimes, we're our own worst enemies, and especially as business owners. So
I agree with that. Momentum would be one I would use. If you would like to raise your hand, that works really well usually, and you can do that by using the react button on the bottom. Kenny?
Okay, so my word would be uplifting. And the reason why is because going into this next year, I kind of want to keep up what the theme or the trend has been this year, like among clients or people that I've connected with, which is people who philosophically want to change the world, whether it's through their business, through their industry, through their mindset. I feel like I resonate really well with those kind of people. And then getting to collaborate and work with them um, and create that change, um, I think it says a lot about not only their commitment to their dream, but also helping them see like that that epiphany moment of like, wow, this is what I've been dreaming of, you know?
I love it, Kenny. I love it. Lynn?
So my word is probably along the lines of growth and patience at the same time. I feel like with starting a business, it's like you never really know if you're gonna succeed or fail, but it's just like keep working at it and just being patient with it. And how I maintain it is I do this little jar and I have these little origami stars where I write like little things that I do for the business. So hopefully it will reach, to the top, but I think it will just teach me patience. Yeah,
That's awesome. I love the visual. Like that's gonna be so satisfying to watch that fill up and know that you're continuing to work towards that. That's very inspiring. Winnie.
My word would be manifestation. So kind of like a manifest destiny for 2026. I mentioned earlier that I did a lot of IT and engineering work. I also did a lot of corporate event planning. So I really want to move more into that space just because I've been doing a lot and very heavy-handed in IT and security systems. And it's what you may imagine. It's not the most fun. It's fulfilling, but I really want to do something a little bit more that speaks to my soul more. So I just really would like to enter a new space, although it's not new because I've been doing it for years, but kind of parlay and just be known more for that, have more of my hands into that. And just, yeah, so I'm just really hoping for 2026 to have a stronger network, to really launch myself, hence the business incubation, and really just be in that space.
I love it. Welcome. Come back, please. Jenny.
Hi. My word is elevate, and that's to rise to my highest potential in every area of my life. So business, health, relationships, and impact for myself and for those around me. And I do this by focusing, having discipline and abundance in my life every day and reminding myself of that. And I always kickstart the year doing a mental toughness challenge of 75 hard. And I do all this with ease and flow and calmness. And that's me, elevate.
I love it. These are all super inspirational. I'm gonna go, mine's a little bit more mundane, but it's really important to me right now, and my word is discipline. Over the last few years, I've kind of fallen out of my discipline, showing up every day or showing up consistently for consistent, blocks of time throughout the week. And I have some really big financial goals, and there's only one way to get there, and that's through discipline. But also like I want my goals to feel easy to achieve. And I think the path, again, there is through discipline.
Nice.
Brittany.
Yeah, so last year my word was alignment, and this year it's going to be embrace because I spent a this past few months, really changing things in my business and really just being me and what I love to do and embracing the next year and what I want for my business and in growing and all those different things. So I would say mine is embracing because I just want to embrace the full identity of this new um, of the new pieces of my business going forward.
I like that. Steve. I was going to call you Randall.
That's fine. Um, Mine is probably open, or openness. Um, I started this year in one place, and I am in a much different place than I was, you know, 11 and a half months ago. And that has been from a change in mindset and a willingness or openness to do different, new, remove limitations, to be able to see a different path for different things, and the openness to get there. So that's my word.
It's a good word. Gary.
So for this next year, my word is achievement, and not just my own goals and whatnot, but I want my clients to achieve the financial path that they want to achieve. And I want to be able to open minds to new ways of seeing, new ways of thinking, and expand mindsets so that it's not just nose to the grindstone, but how do I actually achieve the goals that I want to achieve financially so that I can open up my life to other achievements as well.
I like the projection of your word onto like your clients. Like that's something you want them to experience as well.
Well, if they
Michael.
achieve, I'll achieve.
Yeah, that's so true. It's a direct correlation, especially in your industry. Michael.
Thanks, Abigail. I think for me, the word next year is going to be exploration. So I don't necessarily need to have, because I'm still quite early in this, in the early on. I think I don't necessarily need to have a full concrete plan, but I'd like to kind of map out a few different different things that I can do, maybe create some milestones, create some hard targets and some guidelines for my business because right now, right, like what industry do I want to be in? What kind of people do I want to work with? Like, B2C, B2B, like what am I going to do, right? Like what platform, what tech stack should I focus on? Just that type of thing. So that's yeah, so for me it's more yeah, next year is just going to be about exploration so I can kind of feel out what I want to do and come up with a few plans.
I like that. I'm writing all of these down. Anyone else want to share? Kim.
I think my word would be flourish. I really want to feel like I'm thriving in this next new year and not just living day to day, not embracing what life has to hold, but really nurturing its foundation and hopefully starting anew in a better circumstance and be able to kind of get myself into even more success.
I think that's a powerful word. I like it. Addie.
Hey, my word is impact. And my goal is going to be from every single person that I come in contact with, even if it's just in my household, to every conversation should make an impact in their day. And when it comes to my clients, not just transactions, but actually creating an impact by the time I'm done with them.
Impact is probably one of my favorite words. It's just so powerful. Anyone else want to share? I have a follow-up question too. Kind of inspired by Lynn. How are you going to hold yourself accountable to the word that you've chosen? One thing I'm doing, which is part of being disciplined, is I stopped time tracking myself, and I work on multiple clients throughout the day. I also spend a lot of time on admin, and I'm trying to figure out where all my time is going and if I'm billing properly. But that's how I'm going to hold myself accountable is by tracking my timesheets and actually seeing what I'm putting in. I stopped doing it about I don't know, actually probably a couple years ago. So it's gonna be challenging, but since I started doing it just the last week and a half, it's amazing to see I am working more than I thought, like than I've been giving myself credit for, not in a negative way, in a positive way. Steve,
Yeah, I lost it. I just lost it. I'm
how,
gonna lie.
oh, we'll come back. You're
Yeah,
here.
lost it.
Nate,
I guess I gotta explain my word since you had this follow up. I wasn't gonna say anything. So my word that I put in Discord was transcendence, and basically for me, transcendence when it comes to leadership just means mastering how to be a leader to not only my team but the clients and also the community I'm in. So for those of you that don't know, I do marketing and PR. Um, so a lot of times businesses come to me and they just want to be a part of the community. Like a lot of communities come to me, so I do a lot of stuff with the youth, people that want aspire to be entrepreneurs. In terms of accountability, I feel like they kind of hold me accountable in a sense. Like the universities that I speak at, the communities I'm a part of, even my team, like as I mentioned, like last week, my team really holds me accountable. So I think when it comes to accountability, I just like kind of force that, like I force the culture to make it so it's everything is accountable, right? We gotta hold ourselves accountable. Like if y'all was here last week or the week before, I like to talk about teams when it comes to leadership. And that's kind of like how I see like the best teams are is when everybody can hold each other accountable.
I like that. Gary,
So I have a set of activities that I'm going to be tracking. And I call them the lead and the lag indicators. So the lead indicator is the activity that gets me towards achievement, and the lag indicator is the actual achievement. So I have a key set of activities that need to happen in order for achievement to occur. Um, and if I do those, then things will happen. If I don't do them, then things don't. And I'm cutting out a lot of the extraneous stuff that makes me feel busy, but doesn't actually drive results. And so I'm very specifically tracking some very key elements of what I'm doing, and then tracking the impact that that makes.
do you mind sharing what some of those are?
Has to do with the number of events like this that I attend. Has to do with the number of outreach type things that I do, and then the number of actual sit down face to face appointments I'm able to make with people. Those are my lead indicators. And then
Those are awesome.
the the lag indicator is number of sales, and the trailing lag indicator to that is how well my clients feel that they have achieved. So 6 months and a year out, um, checking in with them to see where they're at.
I love that. Kenny,
First of all, what Gary just said like segues perfectly into my point, right? I mean, checking in is probably the most important part, right? While you're working with somebody, a client or a prospect, you want to always give them that benchmark, right? That measure of success, and let them know or ask them if you are doing a good job, right? Up to that point. But on top of that, I would also pair that with discernment, right? So to my earlier point, when I brought up the word uplifting, I think it's important to kind of gauge through somebody's actions, right? What they've shown you, how serious or committed they are to that growth, right? And in my line of work, right, usually we're providing full marketing strategies or a wireframe for a website, a mobile app, another digital platform. Um, so I think working with somebody who is actually committed to their dream, right, and to their goals, they'll show you right through their actions. And I think leaning on my discernment of, okay, like based on what I've seen, like, yeah, I can tell like they are fully committed to going the distance, you know? So I think That's one of the most important pieces in working with somebody and building that trust.
Yeah. Thomas.
So I kind of have two words. Mine are established and restrained. Um, so I'm coming into January. I have a lot of maybes that I'm hoping to turn into clients. Um, and it'll kind of I'll be out of my kind of starter phase. And I still haven't figured out like pricing, final pricing, and like amount of deliverables. So right now my clients are drastically underpaying and I'm drastically over providing. And so I'm trying to kind of figure out as I go into the new year and scale up ways that I can offer the same value without overreaching myself. So figuring out, where is the limit that I should give per price and establishing systems that help, deliver more for less. Um, and I'm getting out of that phase of um, prove myself to myself. So it's not just about do whatever you can to help the client. It's, make sure this thing is scalable so that you can do that with every client and you don't have, one client getting all this work and other clients falling behind. So yeah, just figuring out how to restrain myself in the new year and how to establish systems and prices that, will allow the business to scale and survive. So, yeah, and then figuring out, um, like people just said, checking in with clients, figuring out how often to check in, um, when to provide more, when to pull back, and do it in a way that you're ensuring everyone's happy. So, yeah, the new year for me is just kind of about finding the new normal. So and right now I'm in that holiday lull. So it's like, obviously people aren't answering cold calls and, um, for my current clients, things are set up to go automatically through the end of the year. So I'm like in that moment where it's like, okay, I can take a breath. I can plan how things will change in the new year. And I think trying to make that part of a regular schedule too, give yourself space to check in every once in a while and say, okay, where am I at? If I'm going to grow, what needs to change? What's working, what's not. So providing space for yourself to check in too is a part of that. Yeah.
Those are really important things, especially as you're growing, which is so awesome to witness.
Yeah.
Jenny.
So I basically, I mostly hold myself accountable, and I do this by breaking my annual goals into quarters, months, and then weeks. And then I use tools like my calendar, for example, to block out time to do the things that I need to do to get done. It could be certain activities or learning or networking. I even schedule rest in because I can tend to burn myself out. And if I don't take that rest, I find over time I start not wanting to show up. And then through networking with, great people like you this last year, I've met a couple people who actually have become my accountability partners. And so I meet with them each separately. And we just talk about what it is, what did we do last month, like a retrospective, what went well, what didn't go well, what should we improve upon? And more importantly, besides the accountability, is the opportunity to get support. They're not necessarily in the same industry as me or same role, but we can support each other. And especially when we pivot, it really helps me keep on track.
I've been doing that too with a couple of people who I've networked with and they've become friends. Similar situation. I'm a big fan of that. Steve.
Okay. So my word was open, and how I am trying to do this is I pretty much say yes to most things. So I found myself over the last few years, somewhere along the way, I kind of built myself into a box and not really realizing I did that. So to get out of that, I am saying yes to things that I never would have. So that's allowing me to see things differently. So I started to come to this. And after the first one of these we did, it got my mind going. So where I thought I wanted to go, and now where I'm planning to go is different. All because I said yes, I came to this. So in those experiences, by doing that, is allowing me to change my whole mindset to where I want to be. And I think what's going to keep me doing that is my drive for more, whether it be more interaction, more people, more everything, experiences.
I love that for you. And watching you, I mean, I know Steve personally, so it's been really cool to watch him just over the last few months, even 2, 3 months. Brittany.
So my word was embrace, and I'm doing this, like I'm holding myself accountable by journaling. I'm making more time to check in with myself and that I'm in alignment with my day and my business. And I just am on like a spiritual type journey alongside my business, and just really making myself, available, and expanding the possibilities. I really feel like the possibilities are limitless in our businesses. And so, yeah, journaling and showing up to events like this, I have not done a lot of that this year, so I'm excited to be here. So, yeah.
I feel like entrepreneurship is a spiritual journey. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go out on a limb and speak for most people here. You have to have a lot of faith, especially in your beginning phases or in any growth phase, which is probably a lot of the time. Uh, Winnie.
I've been doing a couple of things. So I have a career coach and two mentors, one in Cincinnati who was a VP at Great American and was a former professor of mine. So I keep in touch with a lot of my professors, and network with a lot of the classmates that I had still. And then also, I have a mentor in South Florida. I went down there a couple years ago and loved the Fort Lauderdale area. So I do snowboard down there, and looking for work there, or remote, anywhere in the U.S. really, because it's remote. And so, you know, talking to my master's was in L&D. So talking to my mentors and the mentor in South Florida, I decided to join the association and be on the board of directors. So I'm hoping that with the events coming up for the society, that will kind of parlay my current experience in event management. As I mentioned, I want that to be kind of my business going forward. So just really strengthening it, and kind of being seen, in that network, in that area. So that's the hope. I really have been trying to kind of gauge and just grow my network. So traveling a lot, trying to uh, learn new experiences and get to know different people.
Awesome. Lynn.
So you kind of already know my main answer, which is doing the jar with the little origami stars. But I guess like something that I'm learning with doing this activity is basically celebrating small wins because it helps you want to keep going. Um, and like I feel like it gets stuck sometimes with businesses where like you're not seeing the results that you're looking for. So just rewarding yourself, making yourself feel a bit better, and just yeah, it's a good reminder basically just to celebrate small wins. Hmm.
Big fan of celebrating wins. We have actually in the Discord chat a wins thread. So join and share your wins. And I'm thinking like in a sense that could be like an accountability thread as well. Sunny.
Yeah, it's funny. I have not thought about this accountability for some time, and I think a lot of us maybe one man shows the only accountability we show or look for is that month over month or year over year growth. But this takes me back, and I haven't thought about this, but not just an accountability partner, but an accountability group, one that you lead, you lead in with goals, what you want to achieve, and then everybody gets together a week or whatever. But here's what I found in those accountability groups is that nobody wants to be the one to say, I did not reach or did not hit my target. And so I think I mean, you can say, yeah, I hit the goal or I did, but if you're measuring specifically what you said you were going to accomplish, you don't want to be that one to say, hey, I didn't get it done. And I think group kind of it doesn't put a target on you the way it would, but also with one-on-one, you say, well, okay, well, I'll do better next week. But as a group, you're accountable to that group. So, man, I haven't thought about that in years. So, absolutely.
I think there should be no shame in admitting that you haven't accomplished it because you have to hold yourself accountable. So sharing and being honest in that regard is
Sure.
that is holding yourself accountable. I didn't do this, and then go and do it.
But,
Uh,
but just saying those words and saying I didn't do that puts emphasis on the fact that, okay, if I'm going to make a goal, then I need to achieve that, because if you hear everyone else hit their goals, then you're saying, okay, what happened that I didn't accomplish mine?
yep, Thomas.
Completely forgot what I was gonna say. Hold on. Oh, I was just gonna piggyback off of the whole like allowing yourself to not just celebrate the wins, but like be okay with the lost days where you just can't do anything. Like I think one of my favorite parts about, being an entrepreneur is you know, the 24-hour schedule, work whenever you want. So if I wake up and I'm like today, I woke up and I wasn't feeling it. There was no motivation. I didn't even have, today was one of those days where I didn't have something in my docket, so I would have had to wake up and create the plan for the day. Um, and so, if I worked at like a 9 to 5 or whatever, that not working in the morning would mean you lost that time. But for me, like the entrepreneur schedule allows me to pick that time up later on and to, put those work hours at a time when they can be productive. So like allowing myself to be okay with time where stuff doesn't happen is more effective than just pushing through and telling myself, no, you can't never work. Like time when you're not working is not okay. Push through anyway, even if you're not feeling it. So yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of I forget what that was piggybacking off of, but um I agree with the whole giving yourself space to fail and not putting too much pressure on yourself, but also using the entrepreneur schedule to still get that clocked in time each day, but allowing yourself to maybe move it around. So you're not pushing through difficult times. You're still making the most of each day by taking advantage of the right parts of the day for you, if that makes sense.
I agree. I think giving yourself a little bit of grace prevents you from burning out.
Yeah.
But also setting up your day the day before, you'd mentioned that a little bit,
Yeah.
holds you accountable to getting certain things done. So like
Yeah.
some balance in that.
Yep.
Sadie.
So kind of what just Thomas just said, like I have two kind of bulk parts of the day that I do my work in, and if I don't hit that first one, I just kind of give myself a little bit of grace, and then I hit it hard at night, or like vice versa. If I don't get it done at night, then I work twice as hard the next day. But yeah, having that little bit of like reprieve for yourself and like knowing, not being on 24/7, I think does help. And then going back to what Sunny said about having accountability groups and people not saying like what they didn't accomplish. I'm in this other group and we meet twice a week, and like our fearless leader, she always makes a point to say, okay, what are you struggling with? Like, what is not working? You might have hit this goal, but like, was there something in there that wasn't working as well as you thought? And it really makes it better, I think, like looking at those things and reflecting on what we need to work on still. So I think that's a huge part of accountability. It's not just like the wins, and we do that, the little wins, and we push ourselves. Like if we say our goal is 10,000 a month, we're like, but more than that, 10K or more, and focusing on those bigger pictures, but also, being real with each other and saying, hey, this isn't working, or I'm struggling, or anything like that. I think that's really what makes strong accountability groups is focus on the negative as well as the positive.
Couldn't agree more with that. Steve.
So, as we're talking about losses and or failures, and maybe just a little bit side to that, but I've actually learned probably more from all of my failures in my career than I have from the wins. When I first started in business, when I was 20 years old and bidding my first jobs and realizing where I went wrong and losing money and dealing with customers and clients and how to talk to them and where I went wrong is where I learned, not so much from where I went right. Now maybe that's a me thing, but I think by taking those losses and 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 learning from those, actually in the long run, have turned those into a much bigger win.
Gary.
So just to comment on both Thomas and Stephen's lost days, because um, right on track with what Stephen was just saying. If you're familiar with the concept, the gap and the gain, um, when you start from a point and you're trying to shoot for an ideal, um, you almost never hit that ideal. It's rare. There's always some kind of a gap between where you are and where that ideal is. And that's the gap. And if you're always looking at yourself in that gap scenario, your losses can be crippling and painful. But if you can look at where you were to where you got, and you can measure that growth, that's the gain of what you've done. And you can visibly see that you've made improvement. And it's a mental mindset to flip. Every situation is neutral. You can choose how you want to think about any circumstance. So you did a big investment and you lost big. Well, you still had a valuable lesson there. You still had a gain because you learned something. And if you can take and apply that, you can still look at it from a gain perspective. And it's a mindset shift that allows you to move forward, and it allows you to help overcome some of those negative feelings of, oh God, I didn't hit my thing. I don't feel like trying today. Um, and that the other piece that I wanted to touch on was the concept of what Thomas was saying, that like, I didn't have anything on my docket today. I'm making a very conscious effort to have a written out plan every week. What is it that I'm going to do every week? And I'm trying to plan it the week before so that when I have those days when there's a bunch of cancellations or there's a bunch of emptiness on the day, I don't piddle the day away. I actually have concrete steps that I am supposed to hit that day that I have set for myself. And that's part of my lead measures accountability, is to make sure that I hit those things, whether I have scheduled things or not, because it's built into my day that I'm going to accomplish this thing. And
Thomas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
go
like
ahead,
that
Gary.
system. I definitely am not there yet. I think my um yeah, that's a system I would like to implement in the future for sure. I was just gonna say one thing that I do that helps is not just, plan what you need to accomplish ahead of time, but be sure to every day take note of what you did accomplish. Like I have a log for every day to show what I accomplished that day. So on those days where it just feels like, you don't know what to do, or you don't know if you can get done what you got done, being able to look back and see, especially the days where you got a lot done, and just be like, oh shit, yeah, like 2 months ago on a Wednesday, I got like all this shit done. Like if I could have done it then, I I can get a lot more done today than I thought. So just like I do need to get better at the planning ahead, but like the planning behind has been also super helpful for me. And tracking what accomplishments already have been completed and logging it per day um, is a very useful motivation system for me. So in case that's useful for anyone. Um,
Has anybody read the book, the 12-week year? Does that mean anything to anybody? Shaking the head
You've
from Nate.
mentioned it at some
mhm.
point, but I have not
It
read it.
it it helps put a framework in place to do exactly what Thomas was talking about, what I was talking about for planning, tracking and planning, so that you can see what things worked and what things didn't, and making sure that you have something in place. It's very well written.
I will definitely check that one out. It's a
Penny,
12-week year.
Yeah, I'll toss it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember you bringing that up, Gary. That's still a great book to this day. Um, so what I was gonna say was everything that Gary, Stephen, and Thomas touched on reminds me of two people in history, Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison, right? Geniuses, right, in their own right. But you can't say that they got anything right the first time, right? It was always trial and error, right? It was repeated attempts, repeated endeavors. But every time that they did try, they always had the experience from their previous attempt, right? So they took that information and they used it to reach their goals eventually, right? So for all of us, as entrepreneurs, I think it's important when we do have setbacks, not to just fall into the pits, of despair, right? Just because you failed at something doesn't mean you can't take from those experiences and use them to cultivate something and grow something that can become everything that you want it to be. So yeah, use that to grow, blossom, and flourish.
Jenny said something in the chat. When I don't feel like getting all the things done, I do one thing. I do something similar where usually for me, it like starts with household chores that I like doing the dishes. I don't have a dishwasher, so I have to do them all by hand. And I just say 5 minutes. Just do 5 minutes of work and then see what happens. Usually, like dishes, for example, if I give myself 5 minutes, I end up completing them. Or like, it's winter here and I plow my own driveway, and sometimes it's like, ugh, I don't want to go out there. But if I'm like, just go out there for 5 minutes, and then I'm usually out there for the whole time, I get the whole thing done. And if I don't, and I only get half of the driveway done, I've still done more than the 5 minute commitment that I set out for. So it makes it really easy to achieve something that is challenging to start. And the other thought I had was some of the best weeks, the most productive weeks that I've had, I planned my week out the Sunday before. All the things I needed to get done, the days I was going to do them, the client schedule, all of that, I take a couple hours on Sunday. Then it's not eating into what I feel like should be my productive time, my 5 day work week. Um, and it really sets my week up for success. And I don't do it all the time. And at minimum, I make a short list of things I need to do the next day. I ran through a bunch of those things this morning, and then I filmed some content. And I was like, ugh, I didn't have anything written down, but I knew what I had to do in the morning. I got it all done. And then I was like, I don't even know what to do. I'm so tired. I'm like, I'm just going to take a nap. And then as I'm laying down for my nap, I'm like, oh, I got to run that payroll. I got to run that other payroll. Here's my cat. Started working, and I started working on a big project, and then the meeting was here, like just the 5 minute thing does so much. It gets the momentum going in the right direction. My internet's not working. Did you all hear me okay?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay. Any last thoughts before we wrap up? Turning my cameras off. Can you all hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
We can see you.
Well, Steve.
Just this hour seems to go by faster and faster every week I do this. Like you sit down, we start with the hellos, and next thing you know, it's 8 o'clock. It goes by very fast.
I agree. Um, okay. Well, Kenny?
Oh, you already know what time it is.
It is. It's that time.
All right. So everybody, every week that we have a call, Abigail is gracious enough to let me give the group a quote of the week. So this week, falling in line with the theme of leadership, our quote comes from Rosalind Carter, who says, "A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't know they can go, but ought to be."
Beautiful. Right, guys. This is our last call in 2025. I will be celebrating Christmas next week and New Year's the week after. Otherwise, it's the same Zoom link every week, and I would love to have every one of you back. Um, I usually send a recap out. The recap has been going out not in the right way, so that's something I have to work out. But you should be expecting a recap over the next few days. Um, I set a topic for January. It's on Eventbrite off the top of my head. I don't remember what I had chosen. I think it has something to do with goal setting. And join the Discord. I think a few of you may have joined since this meeting started. I've been getting some notifications. But we can chat more in there, and that seems to have been a fun little thing. It's very new. I think we've been doing it maybe 3 or 4 weeks now. So hop in there and share away. So otherwise, thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah, just a
See you
quick tip
in.
I figured out. If you hit the three dots in the chat, you can
Mhm.
actually click on that and save chat to your computer or your whatever you're working on. And that way you can reference what was typed in.
I have never known that, so thank you for sharing. I do record and I put them up on the membership. I'm going to mention this as well, actually. I am looking for 3 members to join the membership for free. It's still in the early phases, so I'm really looking for some enthusiastic members to really participate in the community. If you are interested, shoot me an email and I can send you the form to fill out and send you an invite to the platform. But otherwise, thanks, guys, and we'll be back on the 8th of January.
Awesome. Thanks, Abby.
Abigail,
Yes,
hi, quick question. Where are you based?
I'm in Maine. I didn't say that, did I? Either. I'm
Okay,
in Maine,
thanks.
between Maine and New Hampshire a little bit right now, but in Maine tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you said you were plowing snow, I knew you had to be close to where I was. So.
Yes, I got a tractor, I guess about 18 months ago now, so I've had to teach myself how to plow the driveway with it, which has been challenging and fun, and a tractor is not the best thing to plow with if you don't have like a plow specifically for it, so I'm just using like the bucket. Um, I also chop wood a lot. I love it. With a wood stove, so it's my main life. My email, I'll drop it right here. Yep. All right, guys. We'll be back in January. Happy holidays.
Awesome. As always, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank
absolutely,
you
Abigail.
always, as always.
See
Yeah.
you guys.
Thank you
Good
so much,
night.
everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. And
You.
yeah, maybe see you guys next week.
Bye.
3 weeks, Kenny.
3 weeks.
January.
Yep,
Yep.
I got you.
Okay. I mean, we can hang out on Christmas if you want, but
Hey, you already know.
Abigail, I know the
You already
link is
know.
the same. Would you be sending an email out before? You will.
yeah,
Okay.
you can sign up via the Eventbrite page. It's available there, but I will be sending the Zoom link out to my email subscribers. So,
If you
and you'll
follow
be
on
on that list.
Eventbrite, it sends out every time she puts a new one on.
Got you. Okay.
Does
Okay.
it?
Thank
I
you.
did put a new one on too, which will be the December masterclass in the membership, and it's on tax prep. That'll be free to attend.
Nice.
Do
Yeah.
you have an email listserv for your participants too, if they aren't following on Eventbrite?
What do you mean list serve?
That just means a list of people. So do you have like an email chain
I
that you
do.
send out
Yeah,
monthly?
I do. So I have actually like I've had a little bit of a hiccup with it lately, but if you sign up for these events, you're on my email list automatically. So you'll be on my weekly newsletter, and then the weekly recaps go out to attendees, not attendees, but those who sign up. So like tonight, for example, if there were 100 people, 100 people will get the recap, even though I don't even know how many people are. I didn't get a head count tonight. It was probably 20. So it was a good
Yeah,
turnout.
something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, yes, I do.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you. And thanks for coming.
Nice meeting you too. Thanks for having me, Abigail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take care, everyone.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
Bye, Addie.
So, Miss Abby, are you going to be around over Christmas break?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
I'm going to try
I'm
and grab
always
some.
around.
I'm going to try and grab some time on your calendar. Just
I
touch
like
base.
that. Yeah, do that. You have the link to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Life has just been
Uh,
fast and furious lately. So,
my link might only be open on Thursdays, so just shoot me a text message.
okay.
Cool.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. I'll
Well,
see you. I'll talk to you.
yeah. Yeah,
See
I
you in the Discord.
have some thoughts about your retreat next year. I've
Yes.
met some people who could potentially be good speakers for you. So,
Yes. Okay.
and I think we could do some promoting to make it grow.
Yes. That would be
So,
amazing. And I'm
but
loving the impact from the retreat, also from the networking event and just other people in my daily life. Like Steve Randall is a very close friend of mine.
I really like
Um,
him.
yeah, I'm actually just gonna